One of the easiest ways for content creators and specifically artists to make money online is to sell poster prints. These days, it's easier than ever to sell prints, even if you don't have any money, by using print on demand. In this video, I'm going to break down some of the best options that I found for selling your own poster prints. For more art and entrepreneurship type videos, make sure to like the video, jingle all my bells and buttons for new videos every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. My name is Janet. I'm the ex-Disney artist turned independent creator, and I have 6 years selling art prints. These are the main print-on-demand companies that I looked at for my own online store. There are 3 categories of print-on-demand companies that I'm going to be looking at today. The first category is going to be sites like Society6 and Redbubble. The second category is Imprint, and the third category is sites like Printful and Printify. So let's start with Society6 and Redbubble. There are a whole lot of sites just like Society6 and Redbubble. I'm just specifically bringing up these 2 in particular because they are some of the most popular for art print. I lump them all into this category because they're all kind of the same and they're all one-stop shops. You create an account/storefront, you upload your artwork, and you choose the kind of products that you want your artwork to appear on, and then it does all the work for you. The shipping, manufacturing, everything. Whatever sales that you make, you get a small percentage of that. The first thing that I like to look at when I'm considering any kind of print-on-demand site is quality. So let's see the quality of Redbubble and Society6. They are printed on natural white, matte, ultra smooth, 100% cotton rag, acid and lignin-free archival paper. Redbubble art prints feature gallery-grade prints on high-quality paper, lightly textured 100% cotton paper. So for both Redbubble and Society6, they don't tell you the kind of inks that they use. They don't necessarily tell you the exact kind of paper they use. Society6 is a little bit more detailed, whereas Redbubble is pretty vague. But for the most part, both of them do say that they are archival quality, which is good. It won't yellow or fade on your customers. But since they are pretty vague about the quality of their prints, you most likely will have to get some test prints to really understand the quality of each. Now let's look at the different options for products you can put your art on for each of the stores. Both Society6 and Redbubble have a whole lot of options. Society6 has all kinds of wall art, home decor, furniture, which is really notable, like credenzas and stuff like that. I've never really seen that offered on any other print-on-demand store. Redbubble is much the same. They have clothing, stickers, masks, phone cases, wall art, home living, kid and babies. If you were to choose Society6 or Redbubble, you would have to do your research of what kind of products that you personally want to offer, since most print-on-demands offer different variations of things, different custom things. Next, we need to talk about margins. Margins are basically the percentage that you will get paid for every sale that you make. For many of these one-stop shop storefronts like Society6 and Redbubble, it's going to be pretty low. Let's look at the margins that Society6 offers. Society6 artists earn 10% of the retail price on all products, except for art prints, frame prints, and canvas prints. Art prints, frame prints, and canvas prints allow artists to set their own markup beyond the default 10%. What this means is if you sell a print for $20, let's say, is the base price, the markup will probably be around $22. So you will only see $2 of the $22 once you make a sale. Society6 and Redbubble both work the same way. They most likely have different base prices. They do allow you to increase the markup percentage, but I found a statistic that most people on Redbubble usually only make on average 17% of the sale. Now let's talk about payout. For Society6, there's no payment threshold, which is basically the amount that you need to earn in order to get paid, but you do have to wait 30 to 60 days after your customer receives the product, which is kind of a long time in my opinion. They basically hold the money until the refund period has passed for your customer. For Redbubble, there's actually a payment threshold of $20. If you don't make the $20, you don't get get paid. Now let's look at website customization options. These print-on-demand companies basically set up your storefront for you, and they all kind of look the same. So let's look at a few from Society6 and from Redbubble. This is an example of Society6 storefront. It's very basic, kind of looks like Instagram in my opinion. This is Redbubble storefront. It's a little bit cleaner. You have a banner and again all your products in the store. Most of these print-on-demand companies don't give you too many options for website customization. It's all pretty basic, but that makes it super easy for anyone to set up an online store and immediately start selling. The problem for me with these kind of sites is that it kind of just looks like another page of the company's brand. So when you are promoting your Society6 store or Redbubble store, you're kind of also promoting Redbubble and Society6 instead of your own personal brand. In my opinion, if I'm going to work so hard to market my art, market my merch, I'd rather be promoting my own brand rather than someone else's. Before I move on to the next website, comment down below and let me know if there are any other print-on-demand sites that you'd like me to review. Next up is Imprint. I discovered this print-on-demand company fairly recently. They specialize in art prints. Even though it's similar to sites like Society6 and Redbubble, there are some notable differences that I want to point out. The main one being you can't just open an account and start selling. You have to apply or get invited. Let me read to you their application process. Applications to sell artwork are curated by a community vote of the artist. To submit work for sale, log in and click Sell Artwork. Then upload 3 of your favorite pieces for review. You may also wish to link to your website or portfolio in your profile, provide a more complete representation of your work. Once voting has concluded, you will receive notification of the result via email. Artists on the site periodically receive a limited number of invitations to send to other artists. Now let's look into what they have to offer compared to sites like Society6 and Redbubble. First, let's look at their quality. According to their website, at our studio we use a museum quality 100% cotton rag acid-free paper that features a smooth natural white finish and 300 GSM paperweight. With our 10 color printing system, we are able to achieve an extremely wide color gamut and unsurpassed ink density. This means your prints will feature smooth, tonal transitions and vibrant color that makes the artwork pop off the paper. With both paper and ink archival rated, expect your prints to last a lifetime. So for the most part, it's kind of the same as Society6 and Redbubble. They are the only print-on-demand company that's mentioned the inks that they use. It's nice that they use archival quality ink, but for the most part, the paper and the ink, they all kind of seem the same to me. You'd have to order some test prints in order to really see if there's truly a difference between their prints versus Society6 or Redbubble's prints. But for the most part, I would assume that it's pretty much the same kind of printing process. They do say they are run by artists, so the standard of prints I would expect to be a little bit higher, but at the end of the day, how much higher would it really be compared to other print-on-demand sites? As for options of products that you can put your art on, since Imprint is specializing in prints, they don't really have a whole lot of products that you can put your art on. It's just prints specifically. They do have what's called acrylic prints. I've never seen this offered anywhere else before like this, and it looks pretty neat. It's basically a sheet of acrylic with your art printed on it. Now let's look at margins. Imprint has the largest margins I've seen for print-on-demand sites so far. The way you get paid on Imprint is a little bit different than the other sites. You get 50% of the sale price. Instead of having a base price and then a markup that you decide and then the retail price, it just has the price that you set. If you decide to mark it up more, you still get 50% of that end retail price. For the most part, that is more generous than Society6's 10% or Redbubble and so on and so forth. As for payout, you can get paid out anytime you want, as long as it's 14 days after a sale. There's no threshold, no nothing. Let's look at the website options of Imprint. As you can see, the website options are pretty limited. It kind of looks just like all the other print-on-demand sites. It's not very customizable. It's not all that interesting. Again, it's not my favorite way of creating an online store because it just looks like another another page of Imprint. Instead of creating your own brand, you're basically promoting Imprint's brand. Now for the third options, we have Printful and Printify. These print-on-demand companies are more known for their apparel, but they do have a whole lot of other products, including art prints. So first, let's look at Printify's options. For custom posters, you have different kinds of paper to choose from. They have matte paper and luster. You have a lot of different sizes to choose from, and they are museum quality posters made on thick and durable matte paper. Each poster is giclée printed on archival acid-free paper. They are very transparent in terms of the base price. So for an 8x10 print, it's $7, 12x18 print, it's $11.50, and so on and so forth. Now let's look at Printify. With Printify, you get different options of what to print on. You have matte vertical posters, wood canvases, a giclée art print, framed poster prints. Let's look at this premium poster. It is a 175 GSM fine art paper. It comes in multiple sizes with a matte finish for indoor use. The price starts at $4.18, the lowest I've seen across the board. The key features include museum grade paper, known to be archival, which means it can be stored for a long time without turning yellow, as pigmented archival inks. In my opinion, all print-on-demand sites have very similar quality art prints. So what I would be looking at is the base price. So far, Printful and Printify have the most generous base pricing. For example, with Printify, it says that it starts at $4.18. If you charge $20 for a print, you'd be keeping about $16-ish. That is a lot bigger margin compared to a lot of the other sites. In terms of options of products you can put your art on, they have everything that you can possibly imagine because they are print-on-demand apparel companies first. Printful is also the only company that I've seen that offers different types of paper. Luster, for example, is kind of like a semi-gloss. It's not overly glossy, and in my opinion, it has the best color payoff compared to matte. You get paid directly by your customers through your own online store that you set up. You use that money to pay Printful or Printify to start manufacturing and shipping the product for you. So compared to all the other print-on-demand companies that I've mentioned, you get paid immediately. The customer doesn't pay the company first, they pay you first. As for website, you do have to create your own e-commerce website. If you want to learn more about e-commerce website builders to make your own online store, I have a video about that. So you do have to build your own online store before you can integrate Printful or Printify into it. So it's a little bit more work compared to the other companies, but a common misconception about these other sites are that you don't have to do any work to promote yourself. If you want to make any sales on sites like Society6, you have to do a whole lot of self-promotion. Since you are going to be doing all the marketing on your own anyways, you might as well create your own online store that you control and integrate it with sites like Printful and Printify. So as you grow your social media, your Instagram, your YouTube, you are simultaneously growing your own brand. So my final decision on the best print-on-demand companies for poster prints, I'd have to say goes to Printful and Printify. Printful and Printify helps you make the most money out of all the companies, and you have the option of customizing your own online store completely on your own. You don't have to rely on their storefront capabilities to do so. Second would have to be sites like Society6 and Redbubble because it is a one-stop shop. You get paid practically nothing, but if you want to set up shop and start selling immediately, they are great options for you. It's a great way to get a little bit of experience in selling before you go into your own website and brand. And finally, if you are specifically only looking to sell poster prints and nothing else, I would check out Imprint because they do seem to tout themselves as higher quality than all these other print-on-demand sites. If you have beautiful artwork you want to print, go with Imprint. If you have very simple merch and very simple quotes that you would like to put on posters, go with Society6 and Redbubble. If you'd like to learn more about how to use social media to grow your online business, check out my free guide, 8 Steps to Launch Your Online Store. Check out honeyandabsinthe.com if you'd like any art or merch to help support this channel. I'm currently wearing the Run shirt today. Check out these other videos to learn more about how to use social media to grow your online business. And if you like the video, make sure to like the video, jingle all my bells and buttons for more art and entrepreneurship type videos, and don't forget to dare to dream.